everybody, and welcome to the Victory Moment with CK. I thank you for joining me once again for this new episode, which we're going to be talking about ordinary versus extraordinary. Welcome again to the Victory Moment with CK. Well, hello, and listen, I am excited to talk to you today about ordinary versus extraordinary. And as I come in, I welcome all my guests. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for joining me. Um, I appreciate your love and your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's been so much going on, so there a little delay sometime with what I've been trying to keep up with, but it's all good. I said no matter what, I am going to be here. So welcome everybody and thank you. Hey, this is CK and I am your motivational, inspirational speaker because I just love connecting to you. And as I motivate you, I motivate me. And also, I am an author and CEO and owner of KM Travels. Follow me and connect with me, and you'll find out so much more about what's happening, what's upcoming, and all of those things. So I appreciate you. Thank you. I see one of my faithful viewers. Thank you so much for joining me. Listen, let's talk about, you know, ordinary versus extraordinary. Let's talk about it. First of all, let's talk about focus. This is what we call my show is called the victory moment. And what makes things extraordinary versus ordinary is focus. We hear this all the time. Focus, focus, focus. But focus means that you're paying attention to what's needed to be done. You're paying attention to get things done and make sure the things that are needed that are necessary for you to win, for you to make those goals and the preparation is always key. You have to prepare for your next. You have to prepare for victory. Because every day is not going to be, a bunch of roses and shining bright, but you got to be focused. And once you're focused, I realize that no matter what tries to trip you up or what tries to come with a negative perspective, you already know what you need to do so that you can keep going. As you know, this is what my channel is about. How do I keep going in the midst of it all? And part of that is, being, it's the extra that you do to make it extraordinary, to be extraordinary. And we talked about this. Winning is not just being first, but winning is making sure that you complete what you start. Winning is also making sure that you don't give up or quit as you are extraordinary in all that you do. Extraordinary versus ordinary versus extraordinary. Show up. Show up. in order to win it, if you haven't seen my main focus, in order to win it, you gotta be in it. And I don't know how many know where that logo came from, and it's all fun. But you can't win if you don't be in it. You can't win if you give up. You can't be extraordinary if you don't show up. Extraordinary means that you show up no matter what. If you only know some of the circumstances behind the scenes, not just with me, but with many of our extraordinaires, many of the people that are influencers and all of that, you know, they still go through regular things. But what happens is, and what makes us extraordinary, and I'm going to use Steve Harvey, what made Steve Harvey become extraordinary is because he made up his mind not to give up on himself, not to give up on the faith, and in the faith that he had. And I don't know how many stand in faith. That's showing up because you're putting all the negativity aside, and you're like, listen, I know I may have hurt my hand, but guess what? I'ma show up. I know I may have hurt my foot, but I'm gonna show up. I know things may not always work out for the best, but I know I'm gonna still show up because there's a purpose in me showing up. So the final thing I want to pinpoint or share today is believe in you. Extraordinary versus or ordinary versus extraordinary. Extraordinary. That means that you believe in yourself. No matter how deep, no matter how many times you fall down, but you don't quit and you still believe in yourself. And you gather yourself and you get up and you say, I'm winning today. It's the victory moment with CK. Ordinary versus extraordinary. Extraordinary, extraordinary. Focus. Show up. Believe in you. Can I say that one more time? Believe in you so that so that you can see the end, know that there are endless possibilities, but you won't be able to see it if you don't believe in you, knowing that all things are possible with God. God did it before, and He's going to do it again. And sometimes when we're going through something and certain things are happening, it's because God is shifting us to better. God is shifting us to greater. Ordinary versus extraordinary. Show up. Show up. Be focused. That means that sometimes you got to say no to some things. Sometimes everything, you just can't get into everything. because everything is not meant for you to be in. And believing in yourself, that means that, hey, I make mistakes. Hey, I'm not perfect. But I don't keep talking about not being. I just live my life being the best that I can be. And that's what I'll share with you. Just keep living your life being the best that you can be. I said it on the prior show. Be and do your best and let God do the rest. He'll get it done for you as you work with him and not against him. And not against his purpose, not against his plans, but you just. So it's the victory moment with CK. And we are ready to be extraordinary in 2023. So keep going. Don't quit. Don't give up. And don't forget, keep being extraordinary. Keep shining, rising as you keep going, as you keep being extraordinary. Because nothing about you, if you come back on, checking it out on the different platforms. Shout out to BHC. Go on your app and download it. As you can see, my show on the network. And you can see so much more. And I gotta shout them out. If you're now watching on Roku, Apple TV, they call it Apple TV or Fire TV. Watch the show and watch the different shows on the BHC network that can be found on Roku. And just connect, because that's part of being extraordinary. Connecting to the real purpose and moving up and forward. And that's what you got to do. So again, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for connecting with me. Thank you as we keep rising and never quitting. And don't quit. You may feel a little down, but we won't give up. Because I'm going to say like my brother Danny McClurkin said, we fall down, but we keep getting up, you know? So I was like, wow, I said, wow. So be excited about all that's happening and know that nothing can destroy anything, only if you let it. So have a great rest of your evening as we keep going. Have a great rest of your evening as I see you on the next episode. As I see you on the next episode. Again, ordinary or extraordinary. Blessings and love to everyone.